Okay, so time for predictions for week 4. Obviously, our previous week 4 predictions are moot because the opponents have all changed.
Right.
The games that were rained out will be played at the end of the year on June 2nd. Let's start over at the racetrack.
Okay,
we have a very good matchup between the White Walkers of the North, 3-3,
Okay.
versus the first place, tied for first, SmackDown, Navy at 4-2.
Wow.
Your prediction, please.
You know what? I'll tell you. I never give Navy credit when we do these predictions. and time again, he's proved us wrong. You know, he got us
Proved you wrong. Not me.
Proved me wrong.
Yes.
So, and he's the best pitcher in the league. So, I'm predicting a sweep for SmackDown. White Walkers have just been a little dry.
Little mediocre.
Mediocre.
I happen to agree. The White Walkers, I was their biggest fan early on. I think they've been, there's something missing. They made only one trade at the deadline. They shipped out Marcus Adjemi, got Eddie Malach. I don't see that pushing the needle at all. And I think SmackDown will sweep, and it'll be their second sweep of the year. I think White Walkers will get swept this week. White Walkers have been, I think, one of the more disappointing teams in my view.
Wow.
Compared to what I thought of them early. They were lucky to get out of Philadelphia without getting swept. They were sort of lucky to get out of the Maccabee game without getting swept. They're just not playing as good as they should be playing. That is a strong roster. They should be better than 3-3, and they're not. I think they're going to run into a tough matchup in SmackDown and Navy this week.
So in agreement there on the sweep.
We're in agreement.
Wow.
Racetrack 2. The Philadelphia Phillies, 3-3 versus Mean Machine, 4-2. Joe Chira is missing this week for Mean Machine, and JT is missing game 1 for the Phillies. So weigh that as you would like. Phillies versus Mean Machine at Racetrack 2.
Yeah, Philly's strong team. I'd give them the edge. The fact that JT's out game 1, I'm not going to give them a sweep. I'd lean towards a sweep, but I'm not going to give them the sweep. It's a split.
Okay, I am going to go with a split as well. I cannot possibly bet against Mean Machine again. They fooled me once, twice, and 3 times. They will kill me, even though they should want me to pick against them because it's been working. I'm going with the split as well. I don't think necessarily that the Phillies lose the game without JT and win the game with them. I just think one way or another it will be a split. Joe Chira is a big loss for them defensively as well. I don't know what they're going to do or where they're going to play because I'm not sure. Elliott plays right. They have Braha in left. I'm not sure who's going to play center for them.
And then move around. Elliott can play center.
Okay, then who are you putting in right?
Then you'd have to put, well, who's on their bench currently?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're going to do with that. They have, I don't know who's an outfielder on their bench. They have Ancona. They have a few guys, on their bench. They have Elliott.
Maybe they're going to move Michon to right and put Ancona in second.
I don't know if he's an outfielder or not. So I think they're missing offense and defense there.
Right.
Okay, Fireman's West, the playground where we can fit all the fans that we want. We have Butter at 2-4 versus Lumber Kings at 1-5.
High ratings matchup for sure.
I don't know about that, but okay.
2 teams that I think each team kind of knows that they shouldn't be in the position they are in. They're both confident. It's not like one team is just significantly worse. I think they're both teams with playoff aspirations. Because of that, I'm going Lumber sweep. It's my team. That's all I have to say. We're going to come out strong.
I will go with a split. I can't see Lumber going 1-7. You see, Lumber Kings had a lead in both games in Week 1 against SmackDown.
They did.
Lumber Kings had a lead in both games in Week 3 against the Maccabees, and Lumber Kings split with 1 hit and mercied them in one of the games. So you're not as bad as 1-5.
No.
You made a trade. You sent out a strong bat in Nussi for a nice glove in A.B. Soroy. That's exactly what you guys needed. The few innings I've watched each week of your games, I've seen shoddy defense. This can only help. I think it was a good trade for you guys. A good trade for Butter also because they need the bat. So I'll go with a split over there. And our last game is a very good matchup between a bunch of guys in the same crew, you have the Maccabees at 4-2. Hi. 4-2 Maccabees versus the 3-3 one hit. Everybody knows the rules.
Wow. Maccabees are very strong. You know, they really got it together. Last week we played them. They played as a team. But one hit also, Max Indeed, it doesn't go down easy.
No.
You know, because of that. And by the way, when you're playing with friends, it could sometimes, you know, tensions boil a little bit more.
So.
You want to impress your friend, whatever. Like, you want to just beat them at any cost. You know?
Listen, I could see there. I hope there's not. I hope there's not tensions or anything like that. But
not necessarily disciplinary tensions. I'm saying just like the added little oomph into the game.
Okay. You have Mikey versus Carlos. You have Dano versus Sonny. You have a few different, a lot of the guys in the same group playing against each other. So we're going to watch that. We're going to monitor it. And hopefully everyone's on their best behavior and we just play. But what's your prediction?
Because of that.
Okay, because of that.
I'm going to go with a Maccabees sweep.
Really?
Over one hit.
Maccabees sweep. Why? What is your...
I think they just looked very impressive as a team. And now, I'm saying...
You played both teams, so you were more impressed with the Maccabees than you were with one hit.
I was more impressed with the Maccabees than one hit. I like both teams. Mm-hmm. It's not a team I would pick a sweep against.
Okay.
But once they're pitted against each other, and I don't usually go split, I'm going with a Maccabees sweep. Although I will add, I think it's very unlikely that my pick will come true because Max Indeed really doesn't get swept.
You can't make a pick and say it's not going to come true. What is your prediction?
My prediction is a sweep, but
okay, so you're picking a Maccabees.
I'm just noting that Max Indeed hasn't gotten swept since 2 years ago. Meaning, last year he didn't get swept any week. This year he didn't get swept any week. So I'm just saying it's a bold prediction.
It's a bold prediction, is what you're attempting to say. Okay, so you want a little medal for making a bold prediction.
Kind of, if it comes true.
I am going to go with a split here. I don't see the Maccabees sweeping. They did sweep the Lumber Kings, but that seems to be a trend around the league. I'm not sure if the Maccabees are playing well enough to sweep a good team like one hit. I really don't. And one hit, I thought they'd add a bat somewhere before the trade deadline. They didn't. So now it's up to these guys to continue to perform. Mark Braha, Al Gamal, Solomon Fallis, a main big bat in the middle of that lineup. I don't know if their lineup's long enough for the long stretch, but we'll see. That's basically the situation. I'm going with a split over there.
Believe you're
Thank you for your time, and we'll see you this Sunday.
Week 4.
Week 4.
The new week 4.